Hello Point Park soccer fans, we're here with men's soccer head coach Jeroen Walstra at Highmark Stadium, the new venue for the Pioneers. We're going to be talking about the 2013 season coming up. Coach, you've been able to practice the last couple of weeks. Is the team ready for a big year in 2013?
We will be ready at this very moment. We're not ready yet, but we will be ready very soon. We still have a number of injuries and guys that are not fully eligible, or some paperwork that needs to be done. But yeah, once that's cleared, then we're going to be totally ready.
You had your first scrimmage at Allegheny this past weekend. We're right before your second scrimmage versus Pitt Greensburg here coming up shortly today. What did you see versus Allegheny, and what do you have to work on today or going forward?
Yeah, I think we played well. Good ball. The foundation of our soccer is ball circulation, keeping the ball in possession, and that happened. And we created a lot of chances. I think we had like 14 or 13 shots versus them had about 4. Sadly enough, they scored twice and we didn't. So that has to get sharper, obviously. Our movements off the ball have to get better. But there's a lot of potential in this team.
I'm sure the finishing will come, Coach, but you've graduated a lot of players over the last couple of years that have led to a lot of success. You went to the NAIA tournament last year for the first time, won the conference title. A year before that, you made it all the way to the conference tournament finals. What do you have to say about that group and what kind of mark they left on?
Yeah, that was a great group. Very good technical players and experienced players at the last 2 years that we had them. I think we replaced them very well. I think the incoming recruiting class is a very strong class with young guys, freshmen, but also some more weathered transfer players.
So talk about those new players. What do they bring to the team? That sort of thing.
The same thing that we lost. So skill and soccer intelligence, I would say.
Does this year's team have a chance to kind of write its own history a little bit with the graduation that you've had the last couple of years? You have some guys that have a chance to maybe make their own mark?
I'm not sure what the question is.
From the standpoint of this year's team, do they have a chance to, now they're the leaders of this team, and guys like John T. Laux and so forth, without some of the other guys that have been there here the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, the expectations for these guys that have the experience is up, of course. And you can already see that. I mean, compared to the incoming players, they know better what is expected in terms of speed of play, in terms of fitness. And they're a little further right now than some of the new incoming players.
Now, what are the strengths of this year's team? You had a lot of goal scoring ability last year. You were ranked in the top 15 in goals scored and per game, and you have to replace a lot up there. But what are the strengths, be it at the forward, midfield, or
I hope defensively
defense?
That we're going to be a little bit stronger. We gave up a lot of goals last year, and that hurt us. And I expect that we still have good scoring ability with some of the players that we got last year that now should have more experience, and some new players that come in that have scoring ability. So I do think we're going to be all right in that part, but particularly I think we're going to be stronger defensively.
Okay, very good. Let's talk some personnel, starting with the midfield. Who do you have in the midfield at the top of the depth chart?
John T. Laux is going to be our captain. I think he's the most experienced player that we have. There's some very talented guys, including Dominic Canello, who's new. And we have Marius, who's a strong player from France who played last year, is going to have a little more experience this year. We have players like Brett Gwaston, with a lot of experience, new guys like Detroit, Dolange. We have new guys like
Max Flick is one that's been in there.
Max Flick is a strong player. I have him playing at the top of the midfield today. I think that he could be an attacker. I have him as an attacking midfielder right now. So there's plenty of players.
Who do you have up front? I mean, Francis Tabby, Madanek Hiergo scored a lot of goals the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And there's still some guys coming back, Ramita Nanko, Lucas Silva, but who's up front at forward or striker?
Yeah, well, them. Max Flick. I'm also trying to take a look at Dominic, if he could be a good forward. We have Usman last year, who was going often off the bench, but then was able to score incredible goals. I think one of the best pictures we've had on the website last year was one where he was heading a ball into the goal. So yeah, no, there's a lot of
Ramidanenko, Lucas Silva, what do they bring?
Experience and goals and attractive soccer. You know, they're technical players. They have tricks in their pockets, and that makes it fun to watch.
Who do you have on the wings outside midfield?
Yeah, we have outside midfield. If we play 4-4-2, I'm not sure if we play 4-4-2, but a guy like Fraser McKinley, Scottish guy, he loves to come over that wing, either from as a defensive position or as a midfield position or an attacking position. He in the past game he got a lot of crosses off in front of the goal. He's very successful in that range. And on the outside we can think of a Zach Fisher, or we can think of a Gabriel Colombo. You know, I hope that Mohamed Qaida is going to move in and more into the middle. He has some length too. So
is Brett Gwason a bit of a wild card for you? We can see him outside mid, or
yeah, he can play anywhere. We have to figure out where to put him so he can have the most. We benefit the most from him.
Talk about your back line and defense. I would think Matt Ziak would be a senior there at center defense. Who else is in the mix on the back line there?
We're talking about Filippo Martinuzzi. He's an option. Anil Kapoor, Zach Fisher. We have then some new boys. I'm thinking about Mohamed Qaida in the middle. I'm thinking about Gabriel Colombo in the middle. On the left, maybe Dominic, maybe Brett. I don't know yet.
And the goalkeeper, the position that you coach for the Riverhounds. Who's the favorite there, or what does the depth chart look like?
Yeah, I think that at this moment Zach Borzevoy is the furthest and the fittest. Derek Witten is getting better all the time, and that's good. And then we have Hervé Tassembedo. He's new. He's a little rough on the edges and needs a little shaving.
Coach, switching gears from the personnel to the KIAC, you were picked to win the KIAC as the conference favorite in the preseason. What are your thoughts on that, and what's it going to take to repeat as conference champs?
Obviously, I want to repeat this. I think we have a very good group, and so therefore I do think we can do that, assuming that we don't have a lot of injuries and things go wrong, whatever. But so I mean, every game starts at 0-0. We start with 0 points, no matter how you look at it in this season. But I have good hopes to take this team to the national championship.
You went to the national tournament for the first time ever last year. What did that do for the team? Good experience to be exposed to that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. And you see now, too, that other teams immediately want to play us that are good teams, like Rio Grande called us if we could play them. So we'll play a much stronger schedule this year, too, as a result of that.
Now we're at beautiful Highmark Stadium here, getting ready for the first preseason scrimmage at home. As we take a look around, what does this new venue, home of the Riverhounds, Professional Soccer, USL Pro, what does this do for the program, Highmark Stadium, in recruiting, internationally, locally?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, it's a great experience for the players. It's a great place to be practicing every day. The ball just has a different movement here than on a field that is too small. And I think recruiting-wise, of course, it's many things make the choice to become a Point Park student, and that is the school, the location of the city, which you see behind me, the academic programs, but also where do you play with your team and how good is your team, and all those factors together. I think we made another big step forward. Yes.
Coach, why should fans come out to see you here at Highmark Stadium, and what brand of soccer are they going to see? Is it going to be
good? Yeah, it's going to be attacking, fun to watch, possession, Dutch-style soccer. We play to win every game. We don't play to lose. We don't play to tie. It's going to be good.
I think we saw that in the national tournament game a little bit. You had a wide margin of defeat to the number one team in the nation, Lindsey Wilson, but you know, it's not like you sat back trying to, you know, keep it 1-0 or whatever. You went out there.
We went for it. You know, you do it or you don't.
For some of those who might not know or might not be familiar with the college soccer in Point Park, tell us a little bit about the skill level of your players and really that sort of thing, a really entertaining style.
Yeah, well, that's how we recruit the players, Eddie and I. We look for players that are technically sound and tactically sound. That's the first thing we look at. And then we look at personality. Do we want to be with these people on the bus? And how do they mesh with each other? And if that is all okay, then you have a probability to be on this team. And you have to be willing to play a Dutch way of soccer, which is focused on a lot of ball possession, dominating the game, hopefully on the opposing team's half, and not be afraid to get a goal against. If you get a goal against, you try to make more goals than they do, and then you win the game. So that's the philosophy here.
All right, very good, Coach Walstra. I want to thank you for taking the time for this preseason interview and wish you a lot of luck for the upcoming 2013 season. We'll catch up with you again on our YouTube channel.
Can't wait. Thank you.